Morning, bro. Welcome back.
Yo, it's good.
My bad, I had to miss the last one. And then
All
LOB
good,
should be
man.
joining us soon, so we should have all three
Mm-hmm.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a good one last week?
Yeah, it was calm to be honest.
Yeah.
LB's in his new studio, so we was just talking about studio life.
Oh, he's in there now.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Nice. I'm sure we'll see it when he jumps on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let
Yeah,
you
man,
know
it's been a
like
calm week.
like 10 minutes before. It popped up on my phone saying podcast. I was like, shit, I'm like flying today. I just fully forgot.
How was the stag do?
It was good, man. It was funny. We just went to Budapest for 3 nights.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the flight actually got delayed, so we ended up flying later on. So we kind of missed the first day. But then, yeah, first night we were just out. Have you been to Budapest before?
Yeah,
Yeah,
been a while.
it's a cool city.
Mm.
When you go there, like if you go somewhere like that with your girl or by yourself and you see all that foolishness happening, you think, oh, it's so tacky. But then when it's like your turn, I didn't know what my friends had planned for me, so I just had to go
Mm-hmm.
with it. Um, so yeah, we just went out the first night. Then on a Saturday, just went for some food, just chilled. There was some real
Yeah.
good food spots there actually. So yeah, pretty chilled in the day. And then they at like 6, they were saying that they booked a spot at a bar or something. We got there and it was called Cactus Juice. So I
Oh
thought that
wow.
they'd planned it, but it was just coincidental. So they'd organized something
Mm.
with a tour guide, and she messaged them saying, "Meet us at Cactus Juice." So I was like, "It's meant to be." And when I got in, there's this woman there. I'm thinking she's definitely a stripper. So we're all just sat just drinking with her, and I'm like, I don't understand what's happening because it's been like half an hour, and she's just like talking to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it felt like they were waiting for something. And then she was like, "Okay, everyone, come with me. Bring us into this." And I think we're going to hell for this. I didn't plan it, so I'm not going hell, but my boys are. Brought me into the side room, and there's a midget stripper
I knew it.
there.
I was waiting for you to say the word midget. I knew it.
It's not really the right term now, is it? What I don't know what the right term is, but a little person.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I had that on Saturday night, and then straight after that, they took me to another bar called like Fudge Bar or something. It was weird because my dog's called Fudge, so I'm like Cactus
Yeah.
Bar and then Fudge Bar. I'm like, this is crazy. And they didn't even, my boys didn't even pick the places. And then there's another little person in there who's handcuffed himself to me for an hour. And that, I'm not gonna lie, that was just mad awkward. It was funny for like 5 minutes, but then we just sat with this guy, just making small talk. And then he's got this little game on his phone of dares that he's like spinning around, and I've just, those moments where you just want to die inside. I'm like, please just let this end. So I'm doing these weird like dares and having to like go up and
Mm.
do weird shit with strangers, and like I had to try and get two girls to kiss, and then had to get another random girl to hug me, and just stupid little dares like that. I could tell everyone was just thinking, I just we're sick of seeing this shit, this stupid English people, just fuck off. But I think it's worse if you just know if that's what they've planned, and if I was just being stubborn saying I'm not doing that and just sat there, then it's just gonna
Mm-hmm.
make it even more awkward. So it's like you just have to go with it, even though
Mm.
it's cheap and tacky. It was funny, I can't lie.
Yeah. One for the memory.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then Sunday we kind of just chilled, to be honest. That was the last day, so
Mm-hmm.
we'd gone hard for like 2 nights, so I was ready to just take it easy.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling tired this week. I ain't got it in me anymore to drink and party like that.
Yeah, man, it's tough on the body. It takes a little while to recover.
Yeah, fully. Hopefully by next week I should be all right.
Yeah. No, I hear that. That's funny. Did you get any videos in that?
They wouldn't let us film. I've got a picture with the second guy who was handcuffed to me, but the first one wouldn't let you film. It's funny because Kira was on
That
her
makes sense.
Hindu.
Where did she
Kira
go?
was on her Hindu and hers sounded so classy. It was in Nice and they were doing a
God
wine
damn, that's a
tour,
big
like perfume
difference.
making. I know. Wine
Even just
tour,
Nice just
perfume
sounds
making,
elegant, you know what I mean?
of course.
South of
And
France, yeah, crazy.
yeah, Nice is real good. Me and Kira went there for her birthday and we both loved it. So I think that's why she went back. But hers just sounded way classier, to be honest. They had a nice
Mm-hmm.
spot with a pool that they'd arranged ages ago. Ours was a bit last minute. Like we just guys are just shit at organizing things like that. And then I was looking at places like Barca and Lisbon, and then a few of
Mm-hmm.
the guys were saying that the funds weren't right. So I tried to just make it like just cheap for everyone because it was supposed to be cheap when you're there.
Yeah.
Although I feel like it wasn't really. I feel like we could have just gone to like Lisbon or Barca and spent just as much.
Mm.
But it was funny though, it's a good city. They were having some
Yeah.
massive election as well. They were
Okay.
having, I think the guy who was in power had been in charge for like 16 years and apparently was like low-key rigging the elections to like stay in charge and they finally got him out. So everyone was going crazy there. There was like thousands of people in the streets. Everyone's just driving around like banging the horns and like blasting music and stuff. So it was a cool environment.
Hmm. But Budapest, if I remember, it has a lot of old buildings, right? The architecture looks quite old, but
Yeah.
cool in a way as well.
Yeah, they have these ruins bars that are quite famous. And
Mm-hmm.
then they love their spas as well. They have this big outdoor like thermal bath. I think it's you can party there at night, but in the day we did that on the Sunday actually when we had on Monday when we had some
Oh
time to kill before the
yeah.
flight. They had this like big outdoor spa, so we just paid for that for the day.
Right, I remember now actually the Budapest baths or whatever, and I remember going to it. Oh man, there was this one time we went to the. This was with an ex-girlfriend. Me and her went, and we went to the spas, and it was super nice. Like you
Hmm.
just chill, and some of the water's warm, but it was super packed that day for whatever reason. And I remember one pool was like mad empty, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why is no one going in this one? Like, let's go in this one. And I was about to run in, but I was like, nah, let me just be sensible. And I'm going in and I put my foot in it and it's freezing cold. Absolutely freezing
It's
cold.
an
Like the
ice
coldest
bath.
thing I've ever. Yeah, it was terrible. I took my foot
Was
out
that
real
in the
quick, but
indoor
then
bit
yeah,
or was it
but
outside?
that one was indoor. But then literally as I put my foot out,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw some young kid like do the same thing. Like, why is no one in here? Ran in, jumped in. As soon as he jumped in, you could see the regret all over his face. It was so cold. Worst
Yeah, if you're not
decision.
expected it, you're in for a shock there. I actually went in that for a little bit though, because we'd sat in the sauna around the corner for like 10, 15 minutes, and then I saw the same thing. We were looking at the two baths because one of them, everyone's face was just relaxed, and then the other one, everyone looked like they were kind of breathing heavy. So I was like, that's definitely an ice bath. But we
Yeah.
went in it for a bit,
Damn, that shit is
for a couple
so cold. I don't
minutes.
know how
It
anyone
was
does that
cold.
one.
Yeah, it was cold. But after a sauna, it doesn't feel as bad because you're red hot. So when you go
Yeah,
back and forth like that, it's a bit easier.
I don't know. I can't. I'm really bad with cold though in general.
Yeah, but now it was good. And then almost missed our flight coming back because we were all hungry. So we were like, oh, we need to eat before the flight. And you know when you think you can wait longer than you can. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, the airport's only like 30 minutes away. We'll be all right. So we just sat down having a meal, and it's taking forever to come. And then by the time we've like eaten, we haven't got much time. And then when we order Uber, we're like stuck in traffic. So what was supposed to be like 30 minutes took like an hour and a half. So when we got to the airport, they were already boarding. So it was like just like a rush and panic to get through. Trying to like get to the front of the queue, but and then the guy's like shouting at me, saying, "You need to line up. You need to line up." Like I'm gonna miss the flight. He just didn't give a shit. But we got there.
Yeah, that sounds fun, man.
Yeah, it was a good one. But I'm ready to relax now.
Hmm.
Straight back to chicken and broccoli and rice just to recover.
I hear you. So
What have
so
you been
when's
doing this week?
what have I been doing this week? My main camera's broken, so I haven't been able to film anything. So my focus this
Oh
week has
shit.
just shifted to making a lot of music, but it's also one of them ones
Hmm.
where this week I've been making a lot of ideas but just haven't really finished anything. So
Yeah.
I just got projects on projects on projects of unfinished ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, just one of them kind of dragging weeks.
Got ya. What happened to your camera?
Literally last week, it might have been just before the podcast actually with LB. I went to turn it on and it kept on turning on and off, on and off. I'll take the battery out and it's still going crazy. So
Right.
I had to send it to repair. And this week has been Songkran in Thailand, which is like a public holiday. So
Mm-hmm.
everywhere's been all like those kind of places will be shut, which means that it's
Yeah.
going to take longer to get fixed. But I think today they're dropping the Osmo Pocket 4.
Oh shit, are they?
So literally, I'm going to go to the mall and buy that. I think it drops at like 7 p.m. So in a few hours' time, I'm going to go grab that. Hopefully, if it's still in stock, I feel like it probably be a queue and sold out, that kind of vibe.
Yeah. What, are you having that as your main camera?
Not as I don't think it will replace my Sony. My Sony is
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to be my main for my videos and stuff, but it would be nice to just have that as my second camera, maybe as my
Yeah.
B-roll camera, and I'm hoping it will give me what's the word, the encouragement to vlog a little bit more, especially since I've been posting a lot on TikTok. It'd be nice to just
Yeah.
have that
Makes sense.
around with me.
Got ya. Man, I didn't know that was coming out. I'm a sucker for new tech as well. Because
Yeah,
I convinced myself I needed the Osmo 3 for that exact reason, just to encourage me to vlog more. And I barely use it, to be honest. It's just sat there. I brought it to LA, but I think I had my big camera with me anyway. So most of
hmm
my footage was just on that. And yeah, it is good. Like, it's a good camera. It's nice that it's just sitting on a gimbal. But yeah, I just haven't found myself picking it up a lot. But that's down to me. Like, if you did use it to vlog, it would be perfect for it.
yeah, it's really nice and small, and it's actually a decent camera for in terms of quality of the picture that you get as well. And
Yeah,
taking my the Sony camera, to be honest, is not massive, but it feels massive.
just
It feels
chunky in
like
it.
yeah, effort. You have to bring your bigger bag and you change your batteries, and when you want to take a shot, you need to actually set it up. You know what I mean? You got to put the
Yeah.
mic on. It's all
Hmm.
long. I think this will make the barrier a little bit easier, and especially like when I'm traveling or when I'm going to play gigs and that, I think it would just be easier to just flip that out and have that
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know what the new one has, but I'm gonna somehow convince myself that I need that. What is the
Apparently, it's
change
not
on
a
the ball?
massive step up.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah, apparently,
Let's
it's
have a
not
look.
a massive step up. I haven't really seen a ton of videos in the sense that people are using it yet. It doesn't seem like they
Yeah.
gave them out to creators to do early videos or anything, but from the spec sheet or whatever, it doesn't really seem like if you've got the Pocket 3, why would you upgrade kind of vibe?
Oh, okay. Maybe there was just like a few little annoying things that people were commenting about.
Yeah,
They might have just fixed a few
probably.
bits.
Hmm.
But you'd think going from the Pocket 3 to 4, you'd want a significant change, really. You'd want something big. It's like that with iPhones, though, isn't it? They always just change a
Yeah.
few bits. It never feels like you're getting anything new.
Nah. Do you have the latest iPhone?
Yeah, and it feels exactly the same as my old one. Only difference is I went for the Pro Max this time, so it's a bit bigger. So it took
Hmm.
a minute to get used to the bigger screen, but I like the bigger screen. But the phone itself just feels exactly the same. Like, once you copy everything over from your old phone, then there's just no difference then. It just feels like your
Yeah.
old phone. It might it might be a little bit more responsive and move quicker, but apart from that, you don't notice anything. Have you got the
Yeah.
same?
No, I've got the one before. So if it's 17 now, I think I've got the 16.
Oh, okay.
But I was doing that thing of every year upgrading, so 14, 15, 16. But this year I felt like there wasn't, to be honest, there's never a massive jump. So I might
Yeah.
just leave it maybe 2 years or every 3 years now. As long as the camera is good on the phone and the memory's still good, then I think I might just leave it for every 2 or 3.
Yeah, I might leave the next one unless there's something sick that gets introduced, but I don't feel like I need a new one.
Yeah. I'm trying. Same with the laptop as well. I'm trying to hold off as long as possible, really, until this one really can't handle anything. But it's it's holding up fine still.
Yeah, every now and again I look at the new Macs and I can see myself like trying to convince myself I need it, even though my laptop isn't my main thing that I use anyway.
Hmm.
Because the one I've got is 2021. I think it's the M1 Max, and
Yeah,
it still works fine. I think FL in general just crashes a lot on Mac, but apart from that, it's still fully fine. Like it could
and
handle
the
video editing or just whatever you need.
but I know FL crashes on Mac, but man, so does Logic.
Does it?
Sometimes, I mean, not a ton, but every now and again, it will just do something that you don't know why it's done that. So you just restart
Yeah,
the program. You know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
So I don't know if they're ever perfect with that kind of stuff. Even my Spotify player app on my Mac is a bit buggy.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's like third-party plugins, or sometimes you can't even explain it. It'll just randomly shut down. It's so annoying
Yeah.
when it happens. But I definitely notice it more on Mac compared to PC.
Hmm.
I wonder if they'll ever put out Logic for PC.
I doubt it because now it's owned
Nah,
by
'cause it's
Apple,
like
innit?
Mac's signature thing, isn't it? Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Apple's signature thing.
Yo,
What's
Yo,
good?
man.
sorry I'm a little bit late, boys.
Nah, you're all good. You in the new setup?
Yeah. I was just trying to get down in time. Normally I have like
All
a bit of a
good.
slower morning on Thursday. Uh, but yeah, we're here, man. We're here.
How's the new room?
Yeah, it's nice, man. Yeah, it's getting there. I just need to do the walls, like do the sound paneling and stuff like that. But all the
Yeah.
furniture's pretty much in now. It's just like making it look a bit cooler, some cool lights and whatnot.
Yeah. But it's
So
exciting getting the new space though.
yeah, it's been fun just like putting everything in and seeing it kind of like take shape. I think
Uh-huh.
uh I think the new desk's coming today, or like this week, and then
What you
after
getting?
that, yeah, it's
Flexi spot.
you are no. I've still got the Flexi Spot one, from before, but I just wanted a bigger
Yeah.
desktop, so I just ordered one off Etsy.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Like a studio one.
No, not even that. Just it's just long. It's just longer and deeper. Pause.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just need a bit more real estate on here, I think, but just for like, might put the speakers on here, but we'll see. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
you
How
gonna
you guys
start
doing?
having sessions there?
I think when the panels are up, I've got all the material. I just need to make the frames and everything and put it all together. I think the last thing that I need is come in today as well, so we should be able to
Yeah.
get started on those today. Probably get them done by the end of the week. So,
Nice.
and then, yeah, what are you guys talking about anyway? Sorry, I jumped in.
Um, Talking about some new tech, my trip to Budapest, and that's been it in the pod so far. I'll fill
All
you in
right.
after the pod.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't need to repeat for the listeners.
Yeah, yeah. What's new with you?
Um, Not much. Just yeah, just moving in really, and then yeah, literally just that, and then trying to keep on top of everything else. But yeah, it's starting to settle down now, but getting back to kind of like normal.
Yeah.
Mm. And then yeah, oh yeah, it's my birthday on
Oh
Monday.
yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Belated happy birthday, bro.
No, thanks, man. Yeah,
Yo,
I got
happy
your
birthday
messages
again.
anyway. Appreciate it. Yeah, just had a chill
What did
one,
you do
man.
for it?
Ellen, she had some my mum and her partner come over, and then her parents came over. It was just like a little chill surprise thing.
Yeah.
Just got back from here, and then I assumed it would just be me and her. I was like, oh, we'll go for a meal or something. And then yeah, I walked in the door and everyone was in there. So oh, fucking hell.
Oh,
So it was a
nice.
nice little surprise. But yeah, it was quite a chill one. And then on Saturday, we just went out for a few drinks, just a few of my like friends from Clee, which is like 20 minutes from here. But yeah, that was about it though. Wasn't anything like too crazy this year. I feel like 31 isn't really a significant birthday after your 30th.
Yeah,
Yeah,
birthdays
nah,
these
it's a
days, you
weird
don't even want them to
age.
come round.
Yeah. I almost feel like I enjoyed being 30 and then 31. I was like, oh, 31 now. It's boring.
Yeah, it's
Um,
kind of
Yes.
dead, man. When does is there even a birthday in your 30s where you're like, "Oh, that's a good age now. That's a good birthday. Maybe 37? I don't know."
yeah.
Then all you're thinking is, I'm so close to 40,
Oh man,
and
yeah,
that feels old.
yeah,
But I don't know, 30s can be good. Like,
They say it
20s
is,
were
isn't it?
fun.
They say your 30s is way better than your 20s in general.
20s
mm,
were fun, but if I remember early 20s, just it was fun, man. It's like you kind of carefree, you broke, you might be going out a lot, just experiencing new shit. But then in your 30s, I feel like usually you have your shit together, you kind of have more clarity in your life, you know what you want to do.
yeah,
You might have been doing something for a while, so now you can afford to do the things that you want to do, like the trips you want to go on. So I kind of
yeah. I
like it.
agree.
I feel like in some ways I'm in my prime in my 30s.
I hear that. I'd say mentally I'm more well, even physically to be fair. Definitely feel
Until I
more in my
start getting my
prime.
back pain, and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is this is the part I don't like.
Yeah,
I was
yeah. I
getting
think
those in my 20s anyway.
you have to keep on top of your health more in these days. But if you do,
Yeah,
then it's great. Like I feel like it's easier to do it in your 30s for some reason. To like just
probably because you're
stay in
not
a
going out
routine.
every weekend.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, maybe just maturity hits you in a different way where you just think about the consequences a little bit more. Whereas in your 20s, it's just like whatever, really. Well,
Yeah,
I'm speaking for myself. I don't know about you guys, but I was just a little bit more reckless and risky in some
nah,
ways in the
same.
20s.
Definitely the same. I
Yeah,
don't think I don't think I started becoming more mature until probably like late 20s, like 27 or something. Around that time, I started like shifting my mind a bit.
Yeah,
mm,
27 is a very monumental age. I feel
Yeah,
like that's when I had like the first mini life crisis of my life at 27.
yeah,
And that's when
mm,
people have like that you know about the whole 27 club
yeah, of
kind of vibe.
course.
yeah,
Because I feel like in your head, you know that your youth has somewhat ended.
hmm,
Or you're still like kind of
But
young,
not
but your
really, you know
proper
what I
youth
mean?
of being like early 20s or
Yeah.
like in your teens and everything. It's like, okay, these days are gone now. What's my next
yeah,
step? Like, what do I want to do in life? You start asking all those questions, don't you? Because a lot of people will
Yeah,
go
I guess
to
so.
uni, for example, and just get a job straight out of there, or they'll just get any job when they're young. And then after a few years of working there, they might start thinking, all right, is this what I'm supposed to do in life? Like, who am I? What's my identity? Like, what am I doing? I feel like a lot of people have those questions then, like what they're supposed to be doing in life.
Hmm.
mm. Did you guys have that when you were producing? Because we were all producing in 27, right? So did you guys ever have that feeling when we were a bit earlier on, like doing YouTube and stuff? You think, oh, like maybe I should just do something a bit safer, or were you kind of like, I know, no, everything's calm. I know where I'm going.
Yeah, I was the opposite because I was working until I was like 27 or something. If I left, what, 2019? Yeah, somewhere around then. So I think I had a clear goal in some ways. I knew I wanted to do music and there was no like plan B, no going back. Just wasn't sure what exactly that looked like, whether it was YouTube or something else. But I
Hmm.
wasn't thinking, oh, I need to like get a secure job. I was like leaving that secure job. So that was
Yeah,
like the big pivotal moment for me where I was like, okay, fuck all of this, none of it matters. Let's just go for it. See what happens.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
And
like,
I know that is a common feeling for a lot of people though.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Although I've had calls with guys deep into like mid 40s saying like, I've had a corporate job my whole life, like safe job. I've always had music there. I've got, like diploma, or I've done music school and stuff. I've got all the stuff I need. I've got all the equipment, but I just never
Hmm.
really mentally like bought in and wanted to just see how far I could take it. And they're like, like now I think now is just the time to try and go for it. Um, which I also think is kind of interesting as well. Like people still in the mindset to really go for it that like in their 40s. Which is
Yeah.
good though. I feel I think Ocean, you said it a few times. Like you can just start over whenever you want, really. we got plenty of time to do it.
I guess with music as well, it's one of those hobbies or interests that if you really love music, it's just always there. It's always but like tapping you on your shoulder, kind of reminding you like
Hmm.
this is what you should be doing or this is what you're meant to be doing. It kind of never leaves you. At
Yeah.
least with with sports, with football, your body breaks down and that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can play football, but you might just never be able to play at the highest level again. But music is it's just one of those things that will just always call you.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's always there.
I've even seen with friends who have left music because they maybe wanted to get something secure, they just couldn't handle the riskiness anymore. But they always come back to it. The ones that truly love it, they come
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
I feel like if like there's some jobs that you couldn't do this, but I feel like for the most part, if you gave yourself 5 years of dedication, you could almost jump into anything. Obviously, there's certain things
Hmm.
like you said, sports, maybe your body's broken down, maybe like being an astronaut is going to be longer, but for the most part, if you have an interest in something and you gave yourself 5 years to really go for it, there's a good possibility you could make that happen.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Hmm.
people are scared to change because they're so used to doing what they've been doing all their lives. They might get to 40 and think, oh, I've already been doing it 15 years now. Like, I hate it, but it's just too much to change. But then you could give yourself like 5 years to try something new. Maybe it's taking a step back or a pay cut for a while. And then after 5 years, you might have built that back up to do something that you're genuinely interested in. And then you've got what, another like 15 years or more of working that job until you retire.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Is there anything else you would that could potentially sway you or maybe be a side quest or something?
Right now, I don't know if there is. Like, all I've wanted to do is music, really. It might
Hmm.
just, like, if I had it my way, like, exactly, maybe that would just change a little bit. Maybe there'd be some tasks that you'd stop doing because you don't enjoy it as much as others. But it would still revolve around music, I think. Or it would
Mm.
just be something that would set me up in a position where I don't really have to work that hard to get my money. And then it just leaves me with the time to just make music or do whatever, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I think everything would come back to music. What about
Yeah.
you?
No, I think music will always be number one, but I definitely love doing other stuff too. And sometimes I think there's just not enough, like as long as life can be, or as short,
Hmm.
maybe if you see it that way too. But it's kind sometimes I think, man, it's kind of sad that you really have one career for the
Yeah,
most part.
true.
It'd be
Uh-huh.
sick to be like, okay, I've done 50 years as a music producer. Now I'm about to do another 50 in something else or another 20. You know what I mean? I have multiple. I done 20 here, then I done
Yeah.
50 in something completely different. And
Yeah, yeah.
but no,
Maybe
definitely
if
music is number one.
maybe if Brian Johnson works out how we can live forever, that might start happening then.
Yeah, true. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if someone said to me, "Oh, you're gonna earn the same amount of money. All you have to do is travel and see different countries and make music and eat at good restaurants." I'd be like, "Yeah, sign me up. I'll do
Yeah.
that."
Yeah.
Like when you watch a Mike Thurston video, you think all his life is just traveling and going to the gym and that's it. Obviously, he's way more
Hmm.
busy than that, but that's what it
Mm.
looks like when you watch a video.
Hmm.
And he looks like he lives a cool life. He's just always somewhere new, training, just eating well. Just looks like a cool life.
Yeah, 100%.
But if there was a music version of that, I think that would be fun.
But
Yeah.
you know what, as well, I do also enjoy the monotony of this life sometimes. Because sometimes I do
Hmm.
think to myself, like, I am living the same day on repeat. I'm literally just waking up, going gym, coming home, eating breakfast, showering, making music for most of the day, doing the
Yeah.
social media stuff, and repeat to the point that
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm even eating the same meals.
Yeah.
It's going to be a variation of five things. And sometimes I do think, man, this is really just the same day. But also, I'm like, it's actually quite peaceful and I kind of like the routine.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Yeah, you
It's
can definitely find the
predictable.
beauty in that. Yeah, it's weird because I always tell myself I want to travel, I want to do more, but then once I go somewhere, like the actual traveling part is kind of long, like waiting around in airports and losing sleep and all that type of thing. When you're at the new place, it feels worth it. But then after
Mm.
like a week or even a few days, sometimes my mind's like kind of just like ready to get back home now and get back into it. It depends
Hmm.
what you're doing, but I do start missing my home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I hear that. But yeah, I think
Like
you could
I don't think I
create
could
some
do the
kind of
full
lifestyle.
traveling thing, like just taking a backpack and just leaving
Just
and being
going.
away for like 6 months, just bouncing from place to place. I think I'd
Hmm.
miss my routine too much.
Yeah. I think if you kind of meant to do so, I'm just going to do it for a year, and you know
Hmm.
exactly like, okay, well, I want to visit these places, I want to do these things by this month, and then you can still kind of keep on top of music stuff, you know, by staying in like the right, you know, staying in decent places where you can make little setups wherever you go, and then
Yeah.
just kind of work it that way.
To
I
be
think that'd
fair,
be
that'd
kind
be
of
a
cool.
cool content series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
definitely.
sure
wanted
it
to
would
do
do.
that for a long time. When I was doing those like drill like
Oh
the
yeah,
country
yeah.
influenced drill videos. I was thinking,
Hmm.
imagine if I like went to these countries and I was like making a Brazilian influenced drill beat, but I was in Brazil and like sampling some music on the street or something like that. I
Mm,
always
Yeah.
wanted to do that.
yeah, that'd be
You could
sick.
still do it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
True.
Still on the cards.
Yeah, I still think about doing something like that.
Hmm.
So I might do it soon. I might experiment with a few episodes. Doesn't have to be drill or anything, but just like going to another country and taking in their music and making something like that. I still might do
Yeah.
that. Get the first
Almost
episode booked soon.
like a music producer version of Action Bronson. You know, like how
Yeah.
he goes to places and
Mm.
eats and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But we could just do it with music.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll get the first one booked soon, the pilot episode, and see how it does.
Mm. I wanted to try and do something similar-ish. I don't know, I did one in Colombia, but that video didn't do as well as I thought I did for how much I spent.
Was
Oh
that the
yeah, I
dart
remember that
one?
one. Was it throwing the dart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was gonna be like I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna hit at least a mil,
Yeah.
What did it hit?
like 30 something thousand.
Mm. Yeah, I thought that would have
Which
been for sure 100K.
at that time, if my videos were way higher than that, so it wasn't a good it didn't get the right amount of views. Oh, sorry, a
Hmm.
good amount of views.
Hmm.
I think that's what put me off as well, because I started that series where I was just cooking up with producers from around the world. I did that one with Solka as the first one, and then we did one with Al Hug and did a couple others. And same thing, they just didn't perform that good. So,
Mm.
and they were the most expensive to make because you're booking flights, hotels, and everything. Sometimes Kira would come with me, so I'm paying for her to help me film. And then when you see it go to like 10 out of 10, you're like, oh fuck. Most
Yeah,
expensive to
man,
make and it's performing like the least.
Yeah.
for real.
I think it's one of them ones where like you gotta keep throwing it at the wall and just trying a different concept every time until one
Yeah.
sticks. Because I feel like if you get one that does stick and you're doing it in a different and it's one where you can go to different countries and do it, then it could like properly bang. Then almost like
Hmm.
kind of like a Top Gear special, you know, when they go off like they did the normal show for ages and then they just found that format where they go somewhere else and it just hit and everyone just watches
Hmm.
those now. But yeah, it's just like finding a way to make it work, really, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you could get a sponsor behind it, then it takes a lot of the pressure off as well.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
financing it independently can be a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
I think the
On
other
a
thought process, oh
say
my
again,
bad,
Jay.
go on.
No, God, you go. Sorry.
I was just gonna say the other thought process I had was if I was gonna start making that type of content, it's so different to my content that's helping people. And the content that helps people is usually the one that will get you like sales for your kits or courses or anything like that,
Hmm.
which is like the main source of my income. But then if you're gonna go down the route of making it more entertaining and being like, oh, I'm just like cooking up in this country, That's one of those videos that people will just watch, like even if they're not producers, they might just want to like see a cool
Yeah.
new city and see you making some music. So you might you could in the long run like bring your YouTube channel up in terms of views and stuff, but I think it would have a negative impact on sales,
Mm.
really.
Yeah, it doesn't. It actually doesn't help
Nah.
because I kind of did this where I started going more down the entertainment route versus the tutorial route for a while. And yeah,
Yeah.
you do get a lot more views and you can command more of a brand deal,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the right target audience for music producers. So it
Yeah.
becomes less impactful and less, you get less conversions as a result.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's slightly almost like a different kind of way to run your channel or business model if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a lot of extra work, but you'd maybe even want it as a separate channel. So, you just have like a
Just
vlog
thinking that,
channel
yeah.
where you can do little vlogs, little travel stuff, and just treat that as a bit of fun on the side, just a thing that you really want to do. And
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't do well, it's like I had fun doing it anyway. But you still got your main thing, like the tutorial channel, helping people.
Yeah.
That might be a way.
And you could even do it where you do one trip every quarter, but you release when you do the trip, if the format suits, you could do it in like episodes. So you've got content for like maybe you release every 2 or 3 weeks, um, and they're like 20, 30 minute videos, and you've got
Yeah.
a 3 part series every time you do a trip. So you've got the content to keep posting, and then you're not having to spend every month a lot to go and travel and do the thing. And then
Hmm.
you can kind of keep testing different formats. Obviously, you got your main channel that can supplement it financially in the beginning, build it up,
Yeah.
and then yeah, it could just be more a case of ad revenue and sponsored brand deals for the second channel. That's the revenue for that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be the kind of strategy for that. But yeah, I kind of did a similar. It's not the same, not on the same scale. But when I did that first Busker video, it was the same thing. Like it really popped. The first one really popped off, and I was like, oh man, this could be a whole like just new direction.
Yeah.
But it's hard to take that risk and just start it on a new channel, isn't it? So I was like, I'll just keep it on this channel. Second one
Hmm.
did pretty well with Maxine, and then third, fourth, fifth, those ones just kind of didn't do as well. So yeah,
What did the
it's just
first
hard,
one
man.
get? Because that one went viral, didn't it?
Yeah, that one did really well. I got like 100 and well, for my channel, it did quite well. I think like 180K, something like that.
Nice.
190.
Sick.
Yeah, and second one with Maxine did about 50K, and then third one
Solid.
like 20K. Then it kind of just went down and down and down. But to be
Yeah.
honest, the quality, I think you have to get people with like a good vibe in the studio, like
Yeah,
Maxine, and
100%.
yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
know this from doing all those collab videos. Like, yeah,
That
if
video
you,
was really good as well. I feel like the song came out really
it was
nicely.
sick on it, yeah. And Jason was just like crazy, like he was the coolest guy, but his energy was just like through the roof, and everyone loved him in the comments. Like Maxine was
Mhm.
really good at singing, is really good at singing, and then same with Ali. Like Ali was just a cool guy. Was in Newquay. It was just like a seaside town. I think it was just the whole vibe of the video has to be like on point
Yeah,
for it to work properly.
nothing
So,
is worse than trying to do those collabs and the vibe is just off because I've had some of those as well. I feel
mm,
like the viewer can feel it too.
yeah,
Yeah, of
definitely.
course.
Yeah, you got to get it right. I think yeah, you just know within the first like half an hour whether it's going to be a good energy or not. You know, from the sessions.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Do you even know when your solo videos are off? Like if you're tired that day, I feel like people can just spot things a mile off, can't they? Or if they know you're not really
yeah,
enjoying it yourself.
yeah, definitely.
I think we've
Yeah,
all
there's
had days
always
where we've like forced the video out.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
There's always one person that yeah, at least one comment they'll call you out, and you know it's true. You just say, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
didn't I do that well? Yeah, yeah. What's new in the music? So you've not really seen too much this last week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been tapped in this past couple of weeks.
Mm.
I don't know what's been happening, to be honest. It's not like the best for the podcast, but I feel like yeah, it's just been a weird 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Have you spotted
True.
anything?
Nah,
Something major.
nothing new this week
Mm-hmm.
for me anyway. I haven't seen anything kind of
Not
anything that
thinking
needs
anything like,
highlighting.
yeah, anything like huge or significant that's happened. Um,
Yeah, I've not really seen too much. Just a load of AI stuff still. Just
Bro, I'm so sick and tired of hearing
I'm
about
so tired of talking
I
about
music
know.
AI stuff, man.
I don't want to bore people with AI talk.
honestly.
I'm still seeing it every day in my inbox, still just deleting like 10 emails every week from
Literally, yeah.
random AI startups. They'd
Hmm.
be like, we have this new technology that splits stems. I'm like, oh, come on,
Wow.
bro. Had this for time now.
It takes the vocal stem and then it pulls all the
Removes
words
it.
that you want out, like the word and. So, the most pointless thing you'd ever need. Oh man. But no. Oh, I'll tell you what is cool actually. My in Cleethorpes, like 20 minutes, like a seaside town near me, a new band, and I think they're pouring a load of money into it to kind of get it going again. It's been quite
Hmm.
it's a cool place anyway, but I think they're trying to get more people like to come to it from other places. You know, like how I'd go to
Nice.
Newquay or you go to Whitby and stuff. And
Hmm.
one of the places that's opened is called Atlas, and it's like a music first bar. So they built that. The first thing they built was the stage, and that's kind of like the centerpiece. And then it's right on the coast, and yeah, it's just a place for like up and coming musicians to perform. So like every Saturday, I think they're doing like one headliner, local band or like local musician, and then a support band that's a little bit further away, and then like a younger. They'll like have a slot for like a really young up and coming musician or like band to perform. I thought it was a really cool idea. And I think they're doing music like most days of the week. Um, so yeah, it could be quite a cool little thing.
Yeah,
You gonna
definitely.
join in?
I mean, I've only got one song, but yeah, pop up. Yeah. No, I'd probably just go to spectator. I think it'd be more so like bands and like um like rock bands and stuff like that. So, but
No,
yeah,
it's
it's
cool
cool though.
that places are wanting to do something with live music. So I
Mm.
feel like in a world where everyone's just talking about AI and AI music everywhere, it's good that people are just wanting human shit still.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you want good live music, just go to either a city or to like a seaside town because they always have local bands on that are actually sick.
Hmm.
Speaking of real, have you guys seen Kid Cudi has been doing live streams on
No.
Nah,
Twitch?
didn't see
And
that.
he basically shows because he produces too, so he's always making a song on stream. But it's
Hmm.
actually really good. I like how I'd 100% recommend it. I like how he does it because he produces a beat, but he has an engineer who basically does it all for him too. Like he would just make a pattern,
Mm.
and the guy he has other guys in the room that will put it all together, kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And it
Shit,
just
yeah.
feels very free. He's just walking around smoking. He's constantly walking around. Then he'll come back and he'll just program some drums. His engineer will fix it up. He walks around again, and then yeah, it's really good.
So yeah, this looks
I'll have to
fun,
check
man.
that. Where's he streaming? Is it like YouTube, Twitch?
On Twitch, but then he'll have his replays on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
okay.
Kid Cudi stream channel.
Yeah, I'll have to watch them.
That's
It's cool when
sick.
you see like big people running streams and stuff.
Mm.
hmm It's so cool to see Kid Cudi because I'd say Kid Cudi is probably like one of my favorite artists that
He's
I
so
used to listen to
talented,
a
man.
lot.
So creative.
Got
But I
such a
also
cool voice
like,
as well.
Mm.
yeah, you know what's so cool as well is that he definitely has a style. Because even when he
Yeah.
programs and stuff, it's almost like the same thing, but it's not. But it's so Kid
Mm.
Cudi. And then when he starts singing, he does exactly the same things that you hear on his songs. It's just the
Low
his humming
voice.
and that.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I love the way how he's free, but at the same time, like he can't help but do it his way.
Do it his
You know
way.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
100% Kid Cudi.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Need to watch those streams. Sound like a vibe. Just looking at the clips as well, like it looks like a sick setup as well. Like he's in
Yeah.
like
Let's
mansion,
see.
like on the hills. Yeah, it looks kind of sick, man. Nice. You ever
Oh
thought
man, I
about
uploaded
streaming
it.
like proper live sessions? Getting maybe like a few. That could be a thing in here actually. You could get some cool camera, like bunch of different cameras, and just kind of stream
I'd love
sessions.
to. The idea sounds amazing, but YouTube is hard enough, bro. TikTok is hard enough.
But I feel like
You know
if
what I
there's no
mean?
if there's no end goal, like if I'm not if you're not trying to like get anything from it,
But
it could just be a
that's
fun
the thing.
thing.
Like, it's not necessarily that I'm trying to get something from it, but I know it's a lot of work, and some days I do just want to create in private. I don't want to
Mm.
show my creative process, and also I don't know I like making TikToks at the moment, so I personally don't want to add in like another thing on top
Yeah, yeah.
when I'm
No, I do
just
that.
about floating with all the other stuff.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
respect all I actually think that is sick doing the live streams and that whole
Yeah.
kind of setup and everything.
I think if you're good
Yeah.
anyway, like if you're calm, financials, everything's fine. I'd definitely do it not as like a okay, I have to get three done a week or like one done a
Yeah,
week. I'd
just
just
out
do
of
it.
pure love and
Yeah,
fun.
if I've got a session, I'll just stream it, and mainly just for me,
Hmm.
or if anyone wants to see how I like to work, years to come, I'll just have it. It's just there. It's just there. Every once a quarter, maybe there's a new stream up. There
It's
to
probably
watch
the
back.
best way to do it too.
Yeah, just have
Just
them
taking
there.
that complete pressure off of yourself.
Yeah, because then you're not like yeah. First of all, you're not putting pressure on the session. You just people want to watch it, they can watch it, and then and then it kind of just helps people see your process if they want to, if they're deciding to work with you, or even if it'll be one of those like real small niche audiences, but that'll pull in people from all over the place who might even want to come to you and work with you. Um,
Do you think you can ever be fully relaxed when you're streaming though, compared
I'd
to
need
just having a session
someone.
with no cameras?
I'd probably have to pay someone to come in just for the day and just be like, "Oh look, we're gonna just have a session. Here's a little board that's got all the camera angles. Can you just keep your eye on the screen and just change it every, see what, just keep it, just
Like a
monitor the
producer,
stream basically."
basically.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
video producer kind of thing.
yeah. Just monitor the stream so I don't have to look at it because it's going to be impossible for me to like produce, like be vibing and then
Yeah.
take
But
keep
even
like
just
checking
knowing
in on the
that
screen.
people are watching, do you think you could fully relax compared to just having a session? Because there always might be a part of you that's thinking, "Are people liking this beat so far?" Or "Am I
I
saying
think
the right
so.
thing?" Like, you know what I mean? You can get in your own head a bit.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. I used to be more uptight on stream, like when I started doing the critiques and I did the occasional cook up session. But I think when you've got someone else there, like when you're doing sessions with other people, almost won't even
Hmm.
pay attention to the camera. Like I remember when I did a couple random IG lives when we were at the Cypress place and when we were at the place in Grantham, and you're more there just there to let the whoever's watching be a fly on the wall. So it's just like you don't have to interact too much. It's just a case of like if you want to come and see what the session's like, then come and watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think so. I think if you were doing it off like brand new to doing any kind of content, then yeah, you might be a little bit like shit. I'm worried about how people are going to see me. But at this stage, I don't care anymore. I'm just like yeah, I just want to have fun in the session.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that we could be doing. Like I'd like to do everything, but like you were saying,
Mm,
Ocean, it's hard enough just trying to like make music and make content. Like I was speaking to Mikey Joe recently about doing some joint streams because he's like well connected and he could get a lot of artists involved. So he hit me up just to see if we wanted to do some like joint streams together. But he's like down south, so it would be driving down south a lot to have sessions there and stream them, which could be sick, but obviously time consuming. And then I don't know, there's just so many things you think, all right, we've got to do kits, we've got to do this, got to do that.
Yeah, man.
I
yeah.
like doing the
It's a
podcast
lot.
as well. I'd like to take the podcast further. I kind of miss doing the podcast where I'm like interviewing someone new every week as well. So I'm like, should that be a second
Yeah.
podcast? It's like all these things kind of come in. It's like I
Yeah.
But
really
you know
can't do
what? I
everything.
feel like if we just individually as well, if we just had teams and stuff, we had people
Hmm.
working with us or for us or whatever, it makes all of this way easier. You can execute
Yeah.
on your ideas so much more. If
Yeah.
Kid Cudi's got like 5 people probably working on his streams,
Hmm.
Same thing with his podcast. So literally, all he has to do is just turn up,
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
if
be
it's a
and
case
himself.
of
that
just
would
turning up,
if
then you can get way more
we could
done.
get to that point where I just have to come to the studio and everything is set up for me, including all my equipment and the lighting. I just need
Hmm.
to be there.
Hmm.
Then I could probably add on so much more stuff. Do you know what I mean? I could do way more, but being a one man team, it comes with its pitfalls. I actually had a podcast with someone yesterday, and I was kind of talking about this. It's nice to be independent and do everything yourself, but you're gonna bottleneck yourself too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A certain part, if you want to grow, you're gonna have to have someone else involved
Hmm.
because a lot of the stuff we do that's time consuming are things that might not necessarily like we could be spending our time more wisely. Like if it's just really simple things. I think when I was speaking to someone one time about it was a little while back. It might have even been like Gabe from Legion Beats, and because he had a few people on his team, and I was asking him how he decided on like who to hire and what tasks to give to people. And he said he had this spreadsheet that he said it gets annoying at first because every 15 minutes the timer goes off and you have to like note down like what you've done in that 15 minutes. And then like after a week or two of doing that, you'll look back, or these days you could run it through AI and see where you're spending most of your time, but it might be like, oh, I'm spending a few hours like uploading beats, or I'm spending a few hours doing all these sort of like low value tasks that you could easily just hand off to someone. And then when he looked at that, he was like, okay, I'm spending way too much time doing this, and I could be spending my time way more wisely. So then he'd outsource to get someone to do those small tasks so that he can do something more important. I've never done that before. I've never noted down every 15 minutes what I'm doing. It'll probably be a lot of procrastination if I looked at it after 2 weeks. But um, I think if we looked at our time, there's definitely things that we could hand off to people that would
Yeah,
Yeah,
make
hundred
for
sense.
sure.
percent,
Because
100%.
everything
Yeah.
contributes to the goal, but there's certain things where it's like anyone can do that. It's not just your knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a lot of stuff that you'd save a lot of time on. Like, yeah, when you think about it, you
All
could
we
really cut it
really
down.
should be doing is making the content and making the music.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, with you, LB, you just have to fulfill on your calls, but you could outsource the sales
The
part.
sales, yeah, yeah, that's it.
Maybe
Yeah.
even if you wanted to outsource the script, so all you have to do is read it.
Hmm.
I guess
Yeah.
it can it depends on how granular you want to go. But in an
Hmm.
ideal world, man, like me, just making the music and just making the content, and that's it would be perfect. I don't
Yeah.
even have to transfer the files. You just take the card and deal with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 I bet that was kind of how, not super granular, but that was quite a cushy setup when you had Ibrahim, because he was there in
That's the only,
person.
yeah.
You
Now,
just
now
give
that
him
I'm
the
thinking about
stuff.
it, that's the only way I was able to get 2 videos out a week.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I've tried to do the 2 videos out by myself, and
Man,
I
that
can
was a
maybe
tough
do it for
schedule.
a couple of
2 a
weeks,
week.
but it's tough, man. I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. Is it impossible? Absolutely not. And I probably could do it, but I'm trying to juggle many things, and it's like if
Hmm.
I juggle that, then other things fall down by the wayside. So having someone there that just literally he would take the SD card and be like, I stop. In fact, I didn't even stop pressing record. He'll stop pressing record for me, take the SD card, copy all the files, and it's like that's it.
That
Your
would be so
I
headspace
can't.
is
nice.
like not even in there
24
anymore.
hours. He brings me back the first version. I watch it, give him the notes to cut it down again.
Mhm.
Second version is up on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good system. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
nice to have it at that point. Because even though I have an editor, I still have to make changes. Like I'll film for a couple hours and then I'll trim it down. Maybe just spend like 45 minutes to an hour like trimming it. And then I send it to someone who does all like the zooms and transitions and captions and stuff. But then there's always
Do you not
changes I
trust
need
them
to
to
make.
cut it down?
I mean, yeah, but I kind of know in my head what I need to take out. I almost find it easier to just like chop it down myself.
Yeah, I guess an
Because
hour of
sometimes there's
cutting
like key
down is
parts
better
that
than
have been
them.
missed.
Yeah, yeah. I guess like if they're spending time cutting it down, they'll keep in stuff. It'll just be longer, more back and forth. Telling them, "I'll keep this in, I'll take this back out again," and so it's probably
Yeah.
better off time wise for you to just cut it down and then just send it off.
For some reason, because I record in 4K as well, to send all the raw footage, it takes forever to upload. And then, like when
Oh
for
yeah,
some
true.
reason when Brit tries to download them, there's always an issue downloading the raw files because they might be like 2 hours long. It always starts downloading then cancels for it. So then there's like a few days of like trying to figure that out, and then I end up having to go into it and then like separate the file and export it into like three different sections. And there's always just some long shit that I need to do to actually get the footage to her. So I always that's why I'm just like fuck it, I'll just trim it down, spend an hour, and then I don't have to worry about it because then I'm just exporting like a 20-minute video. She'll still trim it down further, but it just saves a lot of time. But yeah, I'd love for it to be at a point where I can just send the raw footage and that's it. I don't have to make any changes. Because English isn't her first language, there's always caption changes that I need to make and a few other adjustments. So you think it's just recording and sending it, but it's actually trimming it, sending it to someone, then you going through it again and then making the thumbnail. And yeah, it would be nice to just film, boom, someone's doing the thumbnail, someone's doing the edit, someone's uploading it. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could train someone up to that point. I guess that's
Yeah,
down to you to
100%.
like train the person and tell them exactly what you need and what you want.
Yeah. Man, I wish it was as easy as a podcast thumbnail. You know, it's the exact same format of thumbnail every single time. Just person on this side, person on this side, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess in your early days, Jay, you kind of had that format down, didn't you? You had like the text in the middle, and then
Uh-huh.
what was it, like something in the background? I can't remember but yeah,
Yeah, I
but
think
yeah,
I was on one side. It was like FL Studio screenshot on the other. There was like text in the middle, sometimes like a little circle. Looking back,
yeah.
it was kind of messy, but it worked.
It worked though.
And
Every
then at
time it
one
worked.
point, I
Yeah.
thought I could make it better, and then I started changing things, and it didn't necessarily make it better. I have a sort of a template that I use now, and it works sometimes, doesn't work other times, but
Mhm.
I think it's good for what I need at the moment. But you
Mm.
always think you can improve, but it's also good to have somewhat of a consistent format as well, just so people know like, oh, that's Jay's thumbnail. Let me watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's good for branding. I've definitely seen channels that traditionally probably have terrible thumbnails, but actually it works for them.
Mm.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah. Speaking of YouTube, how's all that stuff going for you guys?
Up and
You
down.
going? I'll let you go, Shin.
Yeah, I was just gonna say up and down. I have some videos that do really well and some videos that do really badly. But at the
Mm.
same time, I'm low-key starting to feel like the views don't really matter anymore. It's just about impact. Like, of course, you want more views. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say the small views are good, but
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed over like the last 6 months that my audience is different to before. Like, people are not calling me a drill guy anymore. People are calling me the trance or the hard house guy, which is important now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Nice.
different
Yeah, yeah.
perception of me. And it's actually, even though the views are not great, it still translates into overall brand, in the sense that I'm still able to make sales. I'm still able to, like, my music is growing. Everything is still growing. The subs are still going up. It's not dead. My TikTok is
hmm
growing. DJs are reaching out for music. People are following me that I used to listen to, and now like things are coming more full circle. So yeah, it's not great to see views down, I guess, but at the same time, I just don't really care anymore. Like, I don't really give a shit. It's just, what value can I give? What's the impact? And as long as everything is still moving forward, then it's still progressing. If that, I hope that makes sense.
Nah, it does.
No, it does.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're seeing progression and it feels right, then that's the main thing.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's like one of the misconceptions when you start doing anything, any kind of career, trying to reach a certain level. Like you might, if you the longer you stay at it, the more likely you are to hit like the top of the mountain. But
hmm
there's no one that stays up there, you know, all forever. It's like you're gonna come down it, you're gonna go up another one, you gotta come down that one. So there's always like those peaks and troughs, and like
Yeah.
yeah, unless you kind of sell your soul to, you know, just get ahead all the time, and then you just kind of kill yourself anyway on the inside. But um, yeah, I think we've kind of had that period where it did like production did boom a lot, sort of like back end of COVID or probably during COVID as well. And it's kind of settled a bit and I've made like some changes here and there, but yeah, I think the key to it is just staying at it. Um, and
I
yeah,
just feel like views is not really the metric anymore.
no, no,
It used to be for me, definitely, because it, it was at a point where I wasn't really I was a music producer, but I was content
Hmm.
creator first more than a music producer. Where it's like I make content, but I'm not necessarily a content creator anymore. I'm actually like I consider myself a music artist, producer, DJ,
Hmm.
whatever you want to call it. So
Mm.
the framing has shifted a bit.
yeah,
More
Yeah.
views would be great, but it's like it's not the be all and end all.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's it. And to be fair, I think like sometimes like it is fun to go up, to have stuff go up like crazy, and it's like a nice adrenaline hit for a while, and you feel like you're on top of the world. But then, yeah, sometimes like I don't know, like sometimes I was like last year, especially as soon as I let go of trying to be, you're trying to keep growing and getting like big videos and all that kind of stuff. As soon as I let go of that, it was just like you kind of free yourself from it as well. It's like you don't have to be up there to be successful, like to be successful and support yourself. It's like you can just kind of stay in the middle, and everything's actually really can actually be really good. Almost like
Yeah.
less attention's better. Sometimes you don't have to deal with any like negativity and well, like a ton of that stuff. It's just kind of just getting the right people to watch you, and you kind of create it for yourself, really. So yeah, it's a weird one, man. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I feel like you had a good realization like last year. As soon as you switched over to the mentorship, that was like light bulb moment for you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You
for
stopped
sure.
stressing about content and you just more focused on the business. So it's good when
Yeah,
you can find something like that.
mm.
I feel like you got a lot of clarity.
Yeah. I think yeah, it's obviously it's different for everyone in it, but yeah, I think you kind of just hit a point where it's like you're doing one thing for so long, and you kind of identify by that one thing. But within the genre of production, there's like within the niche of production, there's so many different things you can do.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like taking the leap, I guess, and just making that pivot. So,
Yeah, definitely.
but once you're in it, it's way less scary than you think. I think it's just a case of mentally being like just getting on the boat and then just going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you two have both got some good clarity. I feel like I'm still trying to get mine. Might come like next year. You've been making content a bit longer than me, so mine might come.
But I feel like you're the one that has the most steady ship.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
doing something and it's just
True.
working. It's just ticking over. You have a full channel identity and a strong audience and brand, and you're probably the top when it comes to hip hop production, or at least FL Studio tutorials for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear
100%.
that.
Whereas like
I
me and
think
LB have done so many different things. Like we tried this, we tried that, we switched this, we switched that. But I feel like you've always just been rooted, which is
Mhm.
good too.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. I kind of have like clarity in like what type of content I need to make, and it does work. So I'm not saying that like I want to change it. Mine's more with, I guess it's, I don't know. Some days it's with the music I want to make. Like some days I think I don't have a sound, or because I make a lot of different stuff. It's like I'm not just like the drill guy now, if you know what I mean. Because drill was just that was just everything for a little while. But now that drill isn't a thing, it's like doing a little bit of like hood trap, some other stuff, some boom bap, and it's all like a bit of a mix. But maybe
Mm.
that's just my thing. That's just like I guess that can be your style, isn't it? Like versatility. But then
100%.
some
Yeah,
days I
I'd say
I
think,
see
so.
that
man,
as
you
a
really
style.
need to have a sound.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd say so. But even within that, I would say
And
you
then
have a sound. Like I'd hear the way you make mainly the way you make melodies and even the drums. Like it all still sounds like you. Like kind of like Kid Cudi style. Like it will make a load of everything's like different, but also him as well. I feel that's probably pretty similar for you as well.
yeah, I hear that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just in my own head. You know what it's like though. Sometimes I think it's more just you always feel like you should be doing something else. It's like, oh, do I grow the business more? Do I make more kits? Do I expand this? Do I do more plugins? Actually, do I need to just focus on music and be a better producer? Do I need more placements? I
Yeah.
think it's more like that. It's like knowing exactly what I want. I never have this like clear focus of, all right, my main focus is just do this. I'm always thinking, oh, I need to do some of that, or I need to do that. But I
Yeah.
guess it kind of all goes hand in hand, doesn't it? You do need to do a bit of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like
Sounds
seasons,
like
isn't it? I think like if you're aware of it, it's like, okay, well, this quarter it's a bundle. This quarter I'm just doing
Hmm.
music. Like I don't want to do any kit stuff or anything. Just lock in on that, and then maybe not quarter, but month by month, just have like a one overarching aim for the month, and then you kind of work towards that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I know what
I
you're
do
saying, man.
remember you saying at the beginning of the year you wanted to get more clarity on which direction you actually want to be in or want to go.
That's
Mm.
right, yeah. But it just changes so much.
Mm.
Like when some days I'm thinking, all right, let's just focus on the business and grow that side. But then there'll be another day I wake up and I'm like, I need to focus more on production and get better at this. It really just changes like day to day.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
maybe that clarity will come. That's probably the clarity I still need.
But in
You
that in
might need to
itself, I
do
guess is good though, right? Because you got the freedom to just kind of be like, all right, today I want to be working on my production. Today I want to do some more of the business side. Like it's almost
True.
like it can be a good thing as well. But I hear what you're saying though. Like I'm just saying like certain days I'm like I feel like I should be doing this, but I'm not. I'm doing this instead, and
Yeah.
yeah, there's just never the right balance, is there?
Yeah, there's not a right answer. But sometimes I think when there's someone who has just a clear focus of what they're doing and it's like, right, let's
Mm.
just go all in on this, they're probably going to get to the goal quicker than someone who's doing a little bit of that and a little bit of this.
Yeah, for sure. When you first started, was it just one thing? Like, was it just, I want to make tutorials, or like, I just want to make the kind of just, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, did you have like one main focus at the time?
To be honest, when I first started, I just wanted to make a living off music. I didn't really
Mm.
care what it was. I was like, I don't want to work in a job. I don't want to be in an office, like doing something I hate. I just want to make a living off music.
But
So
now that you are
really, I
making
fucking hit that
living off
goal.
of it,
But
Mm.
yeah,
what do you want? Do you sit down and think about like more than just, oh, I should be doing this and I should be doing that, but I mean, what do you actually want in life?
I think
What do you
yes.
want? Do you know what I mean? Do you wanna look back in 20 years and be like, I killed it on in business and I have my own company and I'm happy that I focused more on becoming a businessman because I wanted to earn a lot of money? Or is it actually I want to have accolades and say I've worked with the biggest artists? Don't get me wrong, you can do it all, but I just mean
Mhm.
like what when it comes to music, what's your overall goal?
Mm.
Good question. Whenever I've sat down and thought about this, it has always been a mix. There hasn't been one thing where I'm like, I just want this. I've always
Mm.
wanted to continue to grow the business in this way, but I've also wanted those accolades. Not necessarily like, oh, I need to go like platinum or something, but there's always a good feeling when your music's out there. Like we make, for someone who's making beats, we're obviously we make it because we like it, but we're always in the back of our head thinking, oh, this artist would go on there, or we get like a thrill when an artist uses our beat and the song comes out. So it has just always been a mix of the two. Like if I could
Mm.
fast forward like 10 years and look back, ideally, yeah, it would be, I'd like to have those accolades. Like I'd love to say, oh, platinum producer, even though it might not mean like everything, but I feel like it's every producer's goal deep down, isn't it? Like we'd all like it. We wouldn't say no anyway. So
Yeah.
I would want those accolades and to work with certain people, but then I would also like to see the business grow as well. I think because I always just want to, I always want to be aiming towards something. I've never liked to be complacent and just being like, okay, yeah, I'm happy where I am now. I don't need to go hard. I'm always like, okay, what's next? Let's keep going. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's just gonna come from more self-reflecting and thinking about what I actually want.
Mm.
Might need to hit some mushrooms and
Yeah, we need it, man. Should do the mushroom
okay.
session next. Try do the pod on mushrooms.
The
Pod on
most
mushrooms,
most
no
popular,
chance, bro.
most viewed episode.
Yeah, would be funny. But nah, maybe I need something like that.
Mm.
It helps.
It's the indecisive.
I ain't telling the audience, by the way, to do mushrooms.
But low key.
But for Jay, something to think about.
Yeah, yeah.
Got ya.
All right, boys. Should we wrap there? So you need to get off soon, Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Appreciate you guys for listening. Let us know in the comments as well what your main goal is. Like, if there's one thing you want out of it, let us know in the comments. Appreciate you all.
See ya.
Peace.